The sound of Luna's agonized yowls still haunts my dreams. I found my 3-year-old Maine Coon writhing on the kitchen floor, foam dripping from her mouth, her beautiful gray coat matted with sweat. As a veterinary technician, I knew these weren't natural symptoms. But nothing could have prepared me for the truth about my sister Olivia. Something's wrong with Luna. I screamed, cradling my convulsing cat. My sister stood in the doorway, arms crossed, watching with an expression that I'd later recognize as satisfaction. "Mia, it's probably just a hairball," Olivia said, examining her manicured nails. "You always were dramatic about your precious pets." But I knew better. I'd raised Luna since she was a kitten, and she'd never been sick a day in her life. I rushed her to Southwest Emergency Animal Hospital, where I worked. Dr. Patel, my mentor and head veterinarian, took one look at Luna and immediately started emergency procedures. "These symptoms," she muttered, drawing blood samples. "Mia, has Luna been exposed to any chemicals or medications?" I shook my head, tears streaming down my face. "No, she never goes outside, and I keep all cleaning supplies locked away. I'm so careful with her." That's when I remembered. Olivia had been alone in my house earlier that day. She'd stopped by unexpectedly, claiming she needed to borrow some files from my home office. I'd given her the spare key, trusting my own sister. My phone buzzed. Mom's text read, "Olivia told us about Luna. Don't overreact. These things happen. Remember what happened with her hamster when you were kids?" I felt sick. When we were teenagers, Olivia's hamster had died mysteriously. She blamed me, claiming I'd fed it something toxic because I was jealous of her pet. Our parents believed her, grounding me for a month. But I'd never gone near that hamster. "Mia," Dr. Patel's voice cut through my memories. "The preliminary blood work shows high levels of antifreeze. This was no accident." My world stopped. Antifreeze? The sweet-tasting liquid was notorious for attracting pets. But I didn't even own a car. I used public transport or rode my bike everywhere. "There's more," Dr. Patel continued, her face grim. "I installed pet monitoring cameras in your house last month when you were pet-sitting my parrot, remember? They're still active. I can access the footage." I've forgotten about those cameras. Dr. Patel had asked to install them to check on her beloved African gray while she attended a conference. We'd never gotten around to removing them. The footage played on her office computer. There was Olivia, entering my house. She went straight to my garage storage, where I kept garden supplies. Then to the kitchen. The camera caught her clearly, pouring a blue liquid into Luna's water bowl, stirring it, then smiling as Luna approached to drink. "Oh God," I whispered, running to the bathroom to throw up. When I returned, Dr. Patel had more news. "I've contacted the police. This is animal cruelty, Mia. It's a felony." My phone exploded with messages. Olivia must have known she'd been caught. "It was just a stupid cat." Her text read, "Don't you dare report this. Mom and Dad will never forgive you." Mom's message followed. "Your sister is crying. How could you install cameras without telling us? Family doesn't spy on family. Drop this now." But it was Dad's message that broke me. "Remember who paid for your vet tech education. Don't bite the hand that feeds you." Dr. Patel watched me read the messages, her face softening. "Mia, there's something else you should know." I pulled records from other local vets. "In the past year, 3 pets have died in your sister's apartment complex with similar symptoms. All ruled as accidents." The pieces started falling into place. The mysterious deaths of neighborhood pets. The way Olivia always had news about another animal accidentally dying. Her obsession with my social media posts about Luna. She hated that I loved Luna more than her. I whispered, the realization hitting me. She hated that my posts about Luna got more attention than her selfies. The police arrived as Luna's condition stabilized. Officer Torres took one look at the footage and started taking notes. "We'll need all the vet records," she said, "and those text messages from your family. This shows premeditation." My hands shook as I forwarded everything. In the treatment room, Luna lay connected to IV fluids, fighting for her life. Dr. Patel had given her a 50% chance of survival. "Family doesn't poison family's pets," I said firmly, stroking Luna's fur. "And I won't stay quiet this time." The security footage kept playing on the computer screen, showing my sister's satisfied smile as she watched Luna drink the poisoned water. This time she wouldn't get away with it. This time, I had proof. The next 48 hours were a blur of police statements, veterinary procedures, and increasingly threatening messages from my family. Luna remained in critical condition, her kidneys struggling to process the poison. I slept on a cot beside her cage, waking at every small sound. Officer Torres returned with disturbing news. "We searched your sister's apartment," she said, showing me photographs. "We found a collection of news clippings about local pet deaths, antifreeze receipts, and a diary." The diary entries made my blood run cold. Olivia had detailed each animal's death, describing their suffering with disturbing enthusiasm. The latest entry was about Luna. "Soon Mia will learn what it's like to lose something she loves. Maybe then she'll pay attention to her real family." "There's more," Officer Torres continued. "Security cameras from the pet store where she worked in college showed her tampering with animal food. Several pets died mysteriously during her employment there." My phone rang. Mom again. I let it go to voicemail, but she left a message. "The police just left our house. How dare you let them search your sister's apartment? She could lose her job at the children's center. Is that what you want? To destroy her life over a cat?" The mention of Olivia's job at the children's center sent chills down my spine. She worked with vulnerable kids, and she took pleasure in hurting helpless animals. Dr. Patel entered with Luna's latest blood work. "She's fighting hard," she said, showing me the results. But I found something else. The type of antifreeze used, it's professional grade, not the kind you buy in stores. It's the same type linked to those other pet deaths in your sister's complex. The evidence was mounting, but so was the pressure from my family. Dad showed up at the clinic, his face red with anger. "Drop the charges," he demanded. "We'll pay Luna's vet bills. We'll get Olivia therapy. But if you do this, you're no longer our daughter." I really looked at him, and saw what I'd missed all these years. The way he'd always excused Olivia's cruelty, called it high spirits or just playing around. "You knew, didn't you?" I asked quietly. "About the other animals? That's why you never let me get a pet as a child." His silence was answer enough. The breakthrough came from an unexpected source. Sarah, Olivia's college roommate, contacted Officer Torres after seeing the news. "I should have said something years ago," she said in her statement. "She would hurt stray animals on campus, then pretend to find them and help them. She loved the attention it got her." My mother tried a different approach, showing up with their family lawyer. "We can handle this privately," the lawyer suggested. "Your sister's young, she has her whole life ahead of her. Think about how this will affect her future." "Think about how it affected Luna's future," I replied, "and all the other animals she killed." Dr. Patel stood beside me, her hand on my shoulder. "The evidence is going to the DA," she said firmly. "This isn't just about Luna anymore." That evening, Luna showed the first signs of improvement. Her blood work was stabilizing, and she managed to eat a little. As I sat with her, stroking her fur, Dr. Patel showed me something on her tablet. "Look at this," she said, pulling up pet death statistics. "Every place your sister has lived or worked, there's a spike in suspicious pet deaths. This isn't new behavior." Officer Torres called with an update. They found a storage unit in Olivia's name containing more evidence. Photographs of injured animals, bottles of various poisons, even collars that must have belonged to her victims. "She's being charged with multiple counts of animal cruelty," Torres explained, "and we're investigating possible links to suspicious deaths at the Children's Center's therapy animal program." My phone buzzed with another text from Mom. "We've mortgaged the house to pay for Olivia's lawyer. I hope you're happy destroying this family." I looked at Luna, finally sleeping peacefully, then at the wall of photos in the clinic showing all the animals we'd saved. "No, Mom," I whispered to myself. "Olivia destroyed this family when she chose cruelty over compassion." Dr. Patel reviewed Luna's latest tests. "She's going to make it," she said, smiling. "She's stronger than your sister thought." As I watched Luna breathing steadily, I realized the same was true for me. I was stronger than my family thought, and this time, staying silent wasn't an option. The truth about Olivia was finally coming to light, and no amount of family pressure could hide it anymore. 6 months later, I sat in the courtroom, watching as Olivia faced the consequences of her actions. Luna, fully recovered, was safe at home, now protected by a comprehensive security system and cameras. The trial had revealed the full extent of my sister's crimes, 23 confirmed cases of animal cruelty spanning 5 years. My parents sat behind Olivia, both looking aged beyond their years. Mom still wouldn't meet my eyes, but Dad had sent a letter last week, a rambling confession about ignoring the signs of Olivia's cruelty since childhood. We thought if we pretended it wasn't happening, it would stop, he'd written. We were wrong. Dr. Patel testified about Luna's case, presenting clear medical evidence and the damning security footage. Other veterinarians from across the state shared similar stories, creating a pattern that couldn't be ignored. But it was the testimony from the Children's Center that proved most devastating. 3 therapy animals died under suspicious circumstances during Miss Sullivan's employment. The center's director testified. Each time, she was the one who discovered them and comforted the children. We now realize she was creating trauma to position herself as a savior. Olivia sat emotionless throughout most of the trial, but she broke when they played the compiled surveillance videos, a montage of her methodically hurting animals, then pretending to help them. Her carefully constructed facade cracked. "They're just animals," she screamed, jumping up. "Everyone always loved their stupid pets more than me. Even our parents paid more attention to Mia's achievements with animals than my real accomplishments." The judge's sentence was severe: 5 years in prison, lifetime ban from owning pets or working with animals or children, mandatory psychiatric treatment, and full restitution for veterinary costs to all identified victims. As they led her away, she looked back at me. "I should have used more antifreeze," she spat. "Should have killed that cat faster." Those were the last words my sister ever said to me. The aftermath brought unexpected healing. The case gained national attention, leading to stricter laws on animal cruelty and better monitoring systems in pet-related businesses. My parents entered therapy, finally confronting their role in enabling Olivia's behavior. Luna became something of a local celebrity. The clinic used her story to educate people about pet safety and the importance of reporting animal cruelty. Dr. Patel promoted me to head veterinary technician, and together we established a fund for emergency veterinary care for abused animals. "You know," Dr. Patel said one evening as we finished treating a rescue puppy, "Luna's case probably saved countless other animals. Your courage to speak up changed things." My phone buzzed. A text from Mom, her first direct communication in months. "I saw Luna's picture in the paper. She looks healthy. I'm sorry I didn't protect you both. It wasn't full reconciliation, but it was a start." At home, Luna greeted me with her usual chirping purr, rubbing against my legs. She'd made a complete recovery, though she now refused to drink from any bowl she hadn't seen me fill personally. Smart cat. The wall above her cat tree held photos from the past 6 months. Luna's recovery milestones, newspaper clippings about the case, and pictures of other survivors we'd helped at the clinic. But my favorite was a simple shot of Luna sleeping in a sunbeam, peaceful and safe. Officer Torres kept me updated on Olivia's case. She'd started her psychiatric treatment in prison, finally facing the darkness that had driven her to hurt so many innocent creatures. Part of me hoped she'd find healing, but a larger part was simply grateful she couldn't hurt any more animals. Luna jumped into my lap, headbutting my chin in her usual affectionate way. I scratched behind her ears, feeling the steady rhythm of her purr. "We made it, sweet girl," I whispered. We broke the silence, and we made it. Sometimes the hardest part of healing is facing the truth about family. But as I sat there with Luna, surrounded by evidence of positive change and new beginnings, I knew we'd chosen the right path. The truth had set us free, and in saving Luna, I found my own strength to stand up against cruelty, no matter where it came from. Some family bonds are broken for good reasons, but new bonds, forged in courage and compassion, take their place. Luna and I were proof of that.